This is a presentation of Northeast Streaming Sports.
Hey guys, Keith Engel for TGI Sports Talk and the Northeast Streaming Sports Network. Patriots update and recap. Guys, week 7 must win for the sorry, I got a little echo in my head here, not sure why. Must win for the Patriots, and they come through in a big way. 54-13 over the woeful New York Jets. Yes, I know it was the Jets, a really bad team. But guess what? 54-13 is 54-13. I've seen a lot of good teams, including the Rams yesterday, just getting by the winless Lions, who have almost beaten 3 really good teams this year. So listen, you play who's on your schedule, wins or wins. Patriots move to 3-4. Tough game next week against the Chargers, but this was a big win. Let's talk about this win a little bit. Mac Jones continues to improve. The protection around Mac Jones continues to improve. He was 24-36, for 2 touchdowns, 307 yards. Passing, he averaged 8.5 yards per pass play. After last week, averaging a season high 10. His passer rating yesterday was 111. Just amazing. Some other keys on offense. Listen, better protection around Mac Jones. Very important, obviously. Mac Jones also, for kind of a few times all year, was getting out of the pocket, extending plays. At least 3 times yesterday I saw him extend plays with his legs, either get first downs or throw the ball on the run. Very good job by Mac Jones. Again, I can't say enough how week in and week out, Mac Jones is getting better and better, learning from his mistakes and forgetting those mistakes and not letting them bother him on the next series or the next game. Patriots as a whole, tough loss last week against the Cowboys. They don't let it carry over here. They take care of business in a big way. Damian Harris, again, second week in a row, 106 yards rushing, only 14 carries. So he averaged 7.5 yards a carry. Same thing last week against Dallas. I think he had 18 carries for over 100 yards. He had 2 touchdowns in this game. J.J. Taylor, interestingly enough, not with a ton of success. He did have 2 touchdowns, only 21-yard rushing, but he did have 9 touches on offense. So that was an interesting development. Brandon Bolden out of the backfield became James White yesterday with 6 receptions for 79 yards and a touchdown. Kendrick Bourne, much more involved in the offense recently. That big catch, only 1 catch last week, but for 75 yards and to tie the game put them back ahead late in that game last week. And yesterday, he not only had the catches, but he also threw a touchdown pass. So again, already before this, Jacoby Myers had thrown 2 touchdown passes. The Patriots are really pulling out all the stops on offense. In fact, they probably pulled the stops off a little too much yesterday. If there's one problem that I have with what the Patriots did yesterday, it was the fact that we were a little bit too loose with some of these trick plays. One going back to Mac Jones. One, he was out on a pass play. Another, he was getting a pass thrown back to him that was thrown up in the air like a balloon. Could have got your quarterback killed there. Let's just take it back a notch there, Bill. Let's get it out when we need it. Or McDaniels, whoever this was making these calls. Some other good pluses yesterday were the tight ends much more involved. Jonnu Smith, who's really been kind of invisible, had 52 yards receiving, couple big plays. He had, I think, 4 targets in this game. 9 between him and Hunter both. Hunter with a nice touchdown catch, only 2 catches on the day for each. But again, an important touchdown catch for Hunter Henry. And also Jonnu Smith had a couple of big plays as well on offense. Also, Hunter Henry played very well on special teams, a big block on the opening kickoff after they had to kind of blow up what their return call was. And big block by Henry coming the other way and really, making it count and helping them get off to a good start in this game. Elsewhere, Jacoby Myers had 5 more catches, not catching for a lot of yards per catch, but he gets some big catches and gets some big first downs. Again, can't say enough about the offense. Played very well. Even N'Keal Harry got a catch yesterday. Again, Brandon Bolden was very impressive in his role yesterday for sure. On defense, Kyle Duggar continues to be very impressive with 9 tackles yesterday, 7 of his own. He did force a fumble, I believe, as well. So that was well done. Adrian Phillips played very well on defense. Bentley, again, all over the field, making some good plays. The defensive backfield, much, much improved. Again, I know we're playing against Zach Wilson and the Jets, and Zach Wilson gets hurt probably in the second quarter of this game, if I'm not mistaken. And Mike White, the immortal Mike White, comes in to finish it up. Not a good day for him. But again, Patriots had something to do with that. Patriots defense playing much better up front, playing much better in the defensive backfield. Really nothing to be unhappy about here. The punter, Jake Bailey, only had a chance to punt once, but Nick Folk was 2 for 2 again on field goals with a 50-yarder to be his long for the day after he was kind of doubtful all week to play. In fact, they had signed another kicker. But look at this Patriot team. They outplayed the Jets, and they clicked for the first time all year in all facets of the game: offense, defense, special teams. The coaching, the play calling was exceptional, except for a couple of hairy trick plays that we might want to put away for a while. What else did I want to say? Belichick did go for it on 1 4th down where he was successful, or he's been one place that I've been really, really surprised is Belichick's lack of aggressiveness on 4th down this year. Last week against the Cowboys, shocking he didn't go for it in overtime and punted the ball away when a field goal is going to beat him at that point. I was shocked at that. Basically at midfield. It was still in their territory, but look, they hadn't stopped Zach Prescott all day, so there was no reason for them not to go for it. They're a little bit more aggressive today or yesterday, but again, only 1 4th down opportunity that they went for, and they did get it. This team is now starting to, I have said all along, again, for you Patriot naysayers out there, I've said all along this would be a slow building process, and there would be some bumps in the road, and they would get better as the season went on. I predicted 9-8 and a wild card berth. Fighting for a wild card berth. If they make the playoffs, this will be a team nobody wants to play. Mac Jones, best rookie quarterback so far, by far. If you look at Mac Jones compared to where Tom Brady was in 2001, excuse me, when he had to take over for Drew Bledsoe, far better numbers, far better performances, and the key is winning. And by the way, that year with Tom Brady really getting his first action was the last time his team was 3-4 that I can remember. And we know how that year turned out. Not saying that's going to happen this year, but let's not count this out. There's a lot of talent on this team. I've had people tell me that 2001 team had a lot more talent. Well, no, they didn't. Tom Brady was not Tom Brady yet. Okay. The running back was Antoine Smith and J.R. Redmond. The wide receivers were the late David Patton, God rest his soul, not a Hall of Famer by any means. Troy Brown, great player, not a Hall of Famer by any means. The tight ends were nowhere near as good. The defense, while there were some good players like Ty Law, great player. Some other great players on that defense, and Brewski and a few others. But again, this defense is as good as that one. This team can gel and get on a roll here. They can win the 9 games I projected for them and be in the playoff hunt. I don't know that it's going to take more than 9 wins, maybe 10 to get that 3rd wild card. And watch out if that happens. This team's got to continue to put consistent performances together like they did yesterday, but I'm confident they can do it. This is not just a Patriots fan telling you this is a good team. I didn't predict them to go 18-0, guys. I've been accused of this on some of my other shows that, I think they'll beat everybody. No, I don't. I didn't think they beat Dallas last week. They should have. This team could easily be 6-1. They're not. You are what your record says you are. You're 3-4. I get that. This team's played well enough to be much better than where they are, and I think they will play well enough to beat the Chargers in LA next week. Well, I won't predict they'll beat them yet. Let me hash out some numbers, see what the injuries look like on both sides. We'll talk more about as the week goes on, but I'm looking forward to the Patriots getting on a good run here. And since we're talking about it, let's talk about real quick the rest of the schedule as we have now 11 weeks left in the season. Lots of time for the Patriots to be able to run this table, not run the table, but get a streak going here. If we could beat the Chargers next week in LA, where they do not have a home field advantage, by the way. Chargers are basically playing 17 road games this year. Let's not forget that. They play the reeling Carolina Panthers after that. They play the stumbling Browns, who are not impressing anybody at the moment. They play Atlanta. They play a tough Tennessee team after that. And then, of course, the Buffalo Bills. So if we can get to that, what would that be? That would be December 6th, the first week in December. We can get there with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2. 4 and 2 in those next 6 games gets us to what? 7 and 6. And I think this team will be primed at that point to get to my 9 wins at a minimum, because after that, it's the Colts, winnable. Buffalo, maybe not winnable. Jacksonville and Miami. That's 9 or 10 wins by the way I count it. Let's take this in little blocks. 6 games we got coming up, as I said. 6 games. Chargers, Carolina, Cleveland, Atlanta, Tennessee, and Buffalo. Let's find a way to get 4 and 2 in those games, and we'll be set up to be exactly where I thought these Patriots would be going forward when the season started. We've had the struggles that I predicted. I'm not surprised at where we're at. I'm a little surprised at how well Mac Jones has played. I'm a little surprised at how much they've relied on him. But they have not asked him to do too much while they're relying on him. They don't ask him to throw the ball down the field all the time. Watch the differences in the play calls that the Patriots make for Mac Jones and the Jets make for Zach Wilson. Patriots know that he's going to get rushed. The offensive line is a mess. Played much better yesterday, but it's a mess. And even though they're asking him to throw the ball quite a bit, they're giving him options to get rid of the football quickly. He's completing over 70% of his passes, guys. He's on a pace for over 4,000 yards passing. This kid's playing above where I thought he'd be at this point. The team is starting to gel as I thought it would around the week 8 mark. And I think we're going to see a big difference going forward. Eliminating penalties, still a little bit of an issue yesterday. Eliminating fumbles and turnovers. Yesterday, no interceptions. And I think one fumble, but I don't think they lost that fumble. I can't see it real quick. I just taken that stat down. So anyway, all in all, tremendous performance by the Patriots yesterday. You can throw at me that's the Jets all day long. Don't care. I do not care. Everybody's going to play teams like the Jets. Not everybody wins 54-17, and not everybody dominates the way the Patriots dominated yesterday. I'm excited about where we're at. We're pretty much where I thought we would be after 7 games. 4 and 3, 3 and 4. That's where I thought we'd be. Could have even been better with a few breaks and less penalties. When I say breaks, I don't just mean we're getting bad calls, blah, blah, blah. I mean breaks in the fact that you caused your own pain and turnovers and penalties and that type of thing. You know, they put themselves in a position to get, with turnovers and penalties to have to rely on Nick Folk to kick a 56-yard field goal against Tampa Bay that just missed. They put themselves in a position to lose in Miami by fumbling the ball to 10 with time running out. Not giving that Nick Folk a chance for that game winner. They put themselves in this position, but I'm not surprised that this is where they are. If they'd been sitting at 6-1 or 5-2, I'd be shocked. So I'm not unhappy with where they are. 3 and 4, heading into a big game next week in LA. Not a home field advantage for Chargers. Sorry. They're not going to have any. If you guys have watched any Charger games at home, there's more visiting fans there than there are Charger fans every single week. Let's travel. Let's have fun with this game, guys. Let's enjoy this week. This team is starting to turn the corner. You've seen it now against Tampa Bay, against Dallas. Yesterday, it all comes to fruition against the woeful Jets. But you've seen this team getting better and better. Learning how to win is not that easy. The team is now starting to do it. Let's enjoy it. Keith Engel for TGI Sports Talk with the Northeast Streaming Sports Patriots Week 7 update. We'll catch you on the other side. Enjoy your week. Enjoy Monday Night Football tonight. We'll see you later. Bye.